Guys, welcome to this week's episode with us RGJ Trains at Barnabas Junction. Hope you've all had a good week, but unfortunately us at RGJ here are having to implement something new. So it came to our attention at the weekend really, but we've got a new thing to implement. So Rob,
we've had some constructive feedback, haven't
yes.
we? So we're having to implement some new hard and fast rules about RGJ. Shall we show them what we mean?
Yeah, we should. So guys, as you can see, the rules now, no strappy tops, no short skirts, just trains. And that means you guys too, so I imagine the wardrobe on our Saturday nights might be a bit different too.
That's me and Brian's stuff.
That is, isn't it? And a few others that we know. But in all seriousness, guys, this is a big thanks.
It wouldn't be RGJ without strappy tops and short skirts.
And even our conversations are never just trains.
No.
But yes, this big thanks goes to Jeff. Is it Redman?
Yes.
Jeff Redman at 3D Scenics, who over weekend loved his top and he mentioned one for us. So amazing quick delivery. Tuesday night on my life, I was like, oh, this looked. It arrived yesterday, and guys, fantastic when I saw this. And then we saw the back. He didn't mention this at all. So my mountains are proudly on the back of this top. Fear not, because Rob also has one as well. But big thanks to Jeff. It really did make us chuckle. But it's a thanks to everyone from the weekend as well, because obviously when you don't fully know some people, you worry about how you approach them. But everyone was amazing with the laughs, the innuendos, and nobody was worried about offending. There are a few people that were playing it to start with, but you know, I love how people treated me just as we usually are, just because we're in person. It was fantastic that those laughs continued. Nobody was offended, and Rob trusts you guys with me, you know. So yeah, a massive thank you, Jeff. This really did make us chuckle.
Everybody knew where the line was,
yes.
And nobody crossed it. They got damn close to it, but nobody crossed it.
No. But like I still said, I am keeping my eye on both the Jeffs, because those are two cheeky buggers. But anyway, guys, the plan for this week, we actually did manage to get trains running on Tuesday's live. You can see things have been tidied up a bit as well. So unfortunately, the APT isn't fully there yet. Rob's got a few issues. He'll talk about that in a minute. But the Mallard that we got from Brian has gone round. And we've also got my midnight freight that's gone round with a few extra wagons as well.
16 in total.
Yes. So I have got a few videos of that. So guys, quit complaining. There are trains running on the line.
All you do is talk, no trains.
Yeah, so hopefully, yeah, now that's sorted. Apart from if I'm working with things, we should be able to get the lines running a bit more. Only the lower line at the minute, because obviously Rob needs to attach the one back on Penpidding, so we get the full loop on the top. But that's only the panniers and the smaller ones that can go on the top.
With the coaches that we bought the other day.
Yes.
And we're buying a few more of those off Brian.
Oh, okay. So yeah, obviously with that, when we first made this, we never planned to have the rolling stocks that we do, and obviously it's a journey.
What have I run out of, Grace? You keep on going on about me getting them, but what have I run out of?
Storage loco boxes.
I've run out of space, haven't I?
Yes. So we might have to.
Grace might have to concede that the last time Rob, I nearly said Grob, going to Timber. There you go, Timber. We actually said it out loud. You might have to concede that when you said no more loco storage boxes,
we might not have a choice.
Yeah.
But then I wasn't planning to get mine, so.
But that being said, at the time of filming, there is a 30% discount, isn't there?
Yes. But it might not be when it comes out.
No.
So probably a bit late. We'll put it on the communities tab. But yeah, it was fantastic to see it running. I have got a few videos, so hopefully we'll add them into this. But I'm hopefully going to work on our ski ramp. After a conversation with Gavin, because the inspiration was gone, guys. You know when you get that point when you're just fed up, and we were chatting with Gav, and then the inspiration hit. But the only thing is, on Tuesday's live, I had a play with this textured mud, and I've done it for a pathway, but it's not quite what I want for on the ski slope. I'm just going to keep calling it the ski slope. So something we bought ages ago, and I mean absolutely ages ago, was the WWC Next textured and smooth plaster. So as we've never used it before, I wasn't sure. So cue another phone call to WWS. Those guys must be fed up of us. Spoke to Edison, said what I wanted to do, and he actually said that the textured plaster should work pretty well for it. So I'm going to have a bit of an experiment off the board first, just to see how it goes, and then use that. The smooth plaster maybe we can then use for the roads, like proper roads, not your country roads. And hopefully I can use these modelling fibres. But guys, I need answers on a postcard, and I need you here.
Yes, we had a suggestion, didn't we?
Yes, Mr. Paul Woods.
Mr. Woods, Mr. WC Mix. Yeah.
Which hair colour?
Yeah, he suggested I could use them as a wig. He said Martin sent me a wig.
So, yes.
I'll go on to mine while I'm here. Yeah, onto the APT. Obviously, she's rather a large lady. She does run well. I've mentioned that she's run perfectly on Weaver Hill. But the incline, where it comes under Grace's farm, goes into a curve, and she's just catching on one of the curves. So I'm going to have to shave some of the incline off. Not the part where the track's sitting, just down the side of it. So it'll have no bearing on the track itself. But it'll stop probably on the way out as well. It'll just stop the nose of the APT because she has a rather large nose. Not as much as the Mark II or the Mark III, I believe, which I think Jason said is about a 3-inch overhang on the nose.
Yeah.
This one's got a shorter nose, but she is catching, so I just need to... What I'm going to have to do is basically run her around at points and see where she's catching. It's also possible that she may catch on the other side of Windy Miller's Hill. And it might mean a rethink on the tunnel over there as well.
Yes.
We might have to bin the idea of that tunnel and just use something slightly wider.
But yeah, obviously the issue, I know people have commented before, why didn't you plan this properly? So when we first started at David Junction, obviously we had bare minimal rolling stock. We had Rob's HSTs and a few ones that we'd been donated. So obviously we never expected, we always say this, guys, it's thanks to you we're where we are now. But we never expected to be in a position where we would just be able to go, oh, I can get a loco from a train money. You know, and that is thanks to you guys, the donations, the memberships, the patrons, obviously your input because of monetisation with the channel, which obviously you guys helped us grow there to get that. But because of that issue and now the rolling stocks that we do have, obviously how we initially planned to have this track, it doesn't suit the original, you know, the plans now. So that's why with this upper line, which does need sorting, Rob obviously needs to sort the line at the top, but because of that, we can't have the most of the stuff on the top. So it's the panniers. We've also said maybe about not a raised bit here. So David Junction Mark II, it'll probably change, but that is why we are getting these issues, because we never planned to be in this position where we could. So that again is a thank you to you all for getting here. But yes, I think we're going to call it, and hopefully I won't disrupt the train line much more. But answers on a postcard, guys. Do you do more than one thing at once, or do you just concentrate on one thing? We're in a debate on that, aren't we, dear?
Yeah.
But yes, I'm going to head off now, guys, because we've got lots to do, everything like that, and my drawing, and we will see you guys later.
But don't forget, no strappy tops, no short skirts, just trains. And now we'll get a troll turning around and say, well, I blooming hope so. Guaranteed.
And guys, remember, Grace's Mountains are always here. So, guys,
And as Al said, Rob and Grace.
Out. So experimental time. So what I'm going to do is, as I've never used this textured plaster, I'm just going to have a go at building it up, putting it on here and possibly creating a mini idea, because I'm nervous about doing it and we'll see how it goes. Experiment, and to be honest, I've spoken with the main man himself and I've been told it's not that good, but I appreciate that he's been absolute honest with me rather than saying yeah, it's all right. My problem is not using enough water, so that's why at the bottom here, especially with the textured, I've got two textured, but it might work out if there's some really rough muddy areas on the farm. I've had to play with colours here and on the grey as well for like a road surface, so there's definitely bits that I can improve upon. Might try and recreate this for something else, but more water is the key. It's purely about experimenting, and we've always shown you the good, the bad and the ugly, and this is definitely the bad and the ugly. But I'm gonna have another little try maybe further up top off camera, just to make sure when I put it on mine it's done. But guys, at the end of this, I do want to say a massive thank you to you all as always. Please do comment if you've got any input, hit that like button, and if you're brand new to us, please do subscribe. Thanks guys, see you on the next one.